guys, welcome back. So I was inspired again by Gigi. Freaking Gigi is just rocking it. So this is a look that I wouldn't say it's necessarily what she has on. Like, her eyes definitely a little bit higher up into her brow, and she's a little bit smokier on the bottom. But I wanted to recreate something similar to it, and I really love the way it turned out. I feel like it's definitely wearable, and I hope you guys enjoy this. So I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Okay, loves, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take an eyeshadow primer, and I'm going to be using the MAC 24-hour eyeshadow primer, and I'm going to be applying that all over my eyelids with my fingers. And as you guys can tell, my eyes are real puffy today. So I'm literally using this again with my fingers. I'm actually taking that up into my brows to make sure that my eyebrows stay on fleek, y'all. I want to make sure that they're on all day. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm using a new product, and this is by Hourglass. It's one of their color correcting primers, and I'm using the shade Luminous. And as you guys can tell, I applied a nice amount of it, and it's very rich. It's not really heavy, but it's definitely hydrating, and I'm really working it into my hands, and I'm just taking a little bit at a time and really rubbing it into my skin. I wanted to make sure that it was set and that it wasn't sitting on top, or that it wouldn't interfere with my makeup. But as you guys can tell already, my skin looks really luminous and glowy. It's like someone just lit me up. And I'm working it with my hands and also bringing it down into my neck a little bit. But I like it. So the eyeshadow palette we're using is this MAC 15 eyeshadow palette, and I'm starting with the color Brulee. And I'm using a MAC 224 just to dust it all over my eyelid. As you guys see, I'm not being very precise or cautious. I mean, come on, you can hardly see it. The purpose of doing this is, again, setting that eyeshadow primer to go in with our other colors and make sure that it doesn't look streaky or uneven. Basically, we're preparing our canvas. And we're taking a little winking break, and I don't know what I was doing here, but apparently I was jamming out, and you guys know that I always have to have one of these little clips in here. So we're going back with the same eyeshadow palette, and I'm using the color Saddle, and I'm going to be using the same brush, which is the MAC 224, and of course we're going to be using this as our transition shade. Good Lord. And we're just taking this color and rocking it back and forth. You don't have to be very precise with this color, because again, we're going to be using our lid color, which will help mask any errors or imperfections. Now what I want you guys to notice is that I'm taking this color and really bringing it inside that inner corner, and also I'm bringing it slightly higher than I normally would in the inside, and it's just because we're basically reshaping our eye. So again, you see that I'm creating more of a shadow on the inner corner, and it's coming up slightly higher, and there it is. Voila! So now what we're doing is taking this beautiful color by MAC. It's called Creative Copper, and I'm using a MAC 239, and I'm literally pressing this color on my lid and then dragging it out. I like to start in the inner corner and blend it out towards the center, and then go back and place the color on the outer corner and then join it again in that center. I don't know why, it's just preference. And as you guys can see, I'm using, again, the tip of that brush to really carve out my eye and follow that shape. I'm taking my MAC 224, and like always, what are we doing? Blend, 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 baby. Gotta blend that shadow out, and that's a MAC 224. Now we're using this eyeliner by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I love these eyeliners. I know I've said that before. And this is in the color Lavish. I swear to you guys, I've had these liners for over 2 years probably, and they're still going strong. They're my favorite. They don't move, they don't budge, and the colors are amazing. I'm using that 239 that I used to apply that Creative Copper, and I didn't apply any additional product, but I'm blending that lower lash line out just to smoke it out a little bit. Gigi had hers smoked out a little bit, and I'm going to do it too. Now the color that I'm going back to is Brulee, it's that first color that we use to set our eyeshadow primer, and I'm using that same 224, and all I'm doing is just blending that under my eyebrows and using to blend out the crease a little bit. Now this is Saddle, and as you guys see, I'm using the same brush, and I'm just, again, focusing on that inner corner and blending the crease out to make sure that it looks really smoked out and smooth. Basically, you want it to look like it's one color that's been blended up, and not like you have several colors on. I'm using this Urban Decay Naked Skin, and this one is in the shade Medium, and I'm using a BH Cosmetics flat foundation brush. This is supposed to be like a hybrid complexion corrector. It has SPF 20 in it, and I'm oddly surprised by this product. I really like it. I'm not a fan of the Naked foundation, but this is actually really good. It's medium coverage and it's buildable, but it really just sets beautifully, and I love it. It's one of my favorites right now. So now we're using my MAC Corrector Highlighter Duo, and I'm starting with the peach shade just to correct a little bit, especially when you're doing a smoky eye. You want to make sure that you don't have any darkness under your eyes. You want it to look nice and bright. And I'm going to be blending this out with a Real Techniques brush. As you guys see, I'm not being very cautious with it. I'm literally just blending that out and dragging it towards the outside of my face, and that's going to help clean up any eyeshadow and also create more of a defined shape. So there it is. We're going to go in with the yellow color next, and that's going to help brighten. So this is the peach color is correcting, the yellow is going to brighten a little bit. And as you guys can tell, it's a little bright already, but wait till you see that finished product with the yellow. It looks amazing. I'm using the same brush and I'm doing the same thing. I'm pushing it into the skin and then dragging it towards the outside of my face. But with this color, I'm actually bringing it down towards the end of my nose, and that's going to help create a little bit of lift, or at least the illusion of lift, so that we look very youthful and awesome. So I'm going in with my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and this is in the shade NC30, and I'm going to apply it with my fingers. And with this product, it's very easy to go overboard, so I like to use my fingers to place the actual product down, and I'm patting it. Eventually I drag it down so that, again, we're creating lift and also blending out that corrector. You don't want it to look weird. You just want to make sure that wherever you place that corrector, you're also placing your concealer. And I'm using that same Real Techniques brush, and as you guys can see, I'm patting and then dragging it down and towards the outside of my face. And again, we're creating lift. We love lift. And we're cleaning up our eyes too. So now, dun, 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 we're still blending, of course. Alright, love bugs. The next thing I'm doing is I'm taking my foundation brush. You guys know I'm big on blending every single thing. So I'm just taking this and I'm pushing whatever's left over on my brush. I'm pushing that product into my skin and then also dragging it down so that everything looks cohesive and even, and we don't look like we have the opposite of raccoon eyes, whatever it is. Okay, so now we're going back with our palette, and I'm going in with a 224, and I'm taking Saddle again, and all I'm doing is just adding more definition because I felt like it was looking a little too soft. So I went in with a heavier hand, and I'm applying more of that color to the crease. And again, as you guys can see, I'm really bringing that color towards the inside of my eye, almost like towards my nose. And again, it's just kind of reshaping our eye a little bit and creating a different smoky effect. Now I'm just going to curl my lashes, and you guys know where this is going. Of course, I'm going to be using my Tarte lash primer, my favorite product. And I'm going to be using the Tarte's Camera Lashes mascara this time around. I actually like the mascara with that primer. I'm going in with this Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo in number 2, and I'm taking a MAC 239 and the highlighter, and I'm using that to highlight the inside of my eye because Gigi has a very highlighted inner corner, but it's not like super intense or heavy. It's just very soft and luminous, and that's exactly what I did. I'm using my MAC chromographic pencil because she clearly has a nude eyeliner in the waterline, and I was looking at a lot of pictures, and this is something that she does all the time. She always has a nude liner in her waterline, so that's all we're doing. And there we go, our Tarte's Camera Lashes Mascara, and we're just going to apply 2 to 3 coats to really get a nice thick lash. But I picked this mascara because she does not have clumpy lashes, she just has really thick, voluminous lashes. And of course I'm using my Anastasia Dip Brow for my eyebrows. So for our lips, I'm going to be using this Sephora Collection liner. You guys know I love these, and this is in the shade Nothing But Nude. I freaking love this liner. It's so creamy, it blends out like a lipstick, it stays on like a liquid lipstick. It's very hydrating, it never feels dry, and it wears all day. Not to mention the color is really beautiful. For someone that's like medium to tan skin tone, if you want a perfect nude liner, I think this is your go-to liner. You guys should definitely check them out. For our lips, I'm going to be using our Marc Jacobs, why do I keep saying R? It's not ours, it's mine's. This is a Marc Jacobs lip gloss. This is in their old packaging, and I don't know what the color is because it's worn off. I'm sorry. It's just a really pretty nude. And we're going to bronze up our skin because Gigi looks very bronze, and this is the Too Faced Chocolate Bronzer, and as you guys can tell, I'm a fan. The shade is Dark Chocolate, and I'm using this MAC 137 brush, 131, I don't know what it is. But you guys have seen it everywhere, and I'm using it to basically just to bronze the perimeters of my face. So I'm using it to chisel out my cheek a little bit, but she doesn't look contoured, she just looks bronzy. She doesn't look like she has blush either, but I'm going to go in and just kind of add a little bit more dimension with something that's very similar to my bronzer. So you definitely want to bronze up your skin, and as you guys can see, I am going heavy on this. But again, you want to look very bronzed and natural, so you want to take it on your jawline and also bring that down into your neck. And I'm going in with that same highlighter that we used for the inner corner, and this is again number 2 in the Pro Sculpting Duo Makeup Forever set, and I'm using a 133 brush by MAC, and as you guys can see, I am glowing. Girl, look at that highlight. I'm taking it on my cheekbones, under my eyebrows, and also over my eyebrows, and I'm going very heavy with it. She looks very highlighted, but it doesn't look unnatural. It doesn't look like it's super heavy. Basically what you would see on Instagram, that's not what it looks like. It looks very blended and soft, but again, it stands out. So we're just going and building this up again because you really want to make sure that you are glowing, girl. I love this brush. I love this highlight. Just look at it. It's so pretty. You definitely want to hit your nose, or not hit your nose, but highlight your nose. And I'm also taking this on my Cupid's bow. Again, I'm going over my eyebrows, and look at it. Yes, so good. For my cheeks, I'm going in with MAC Poise, and of course my favorite blush brush. You guys know what it is. And I'm just taking that, and I'm buffing it basically into my bronzer. I don't want it to look like I have blush on because she doesn't look like she has blush on, but I felt like I needed just something extra. And that's it, guys. This is the final look. I hope that you enjoyed this. And what? It's directed by me. Look at that. Ta-da! Bye.